What do you think?
No, you just put a bush right here. You never say that.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Brian over here at the Little Orchard Farm, and welcome to today's video. So glad that you have joined us. I'm just checking in on my cuttings that I took and planted last week. These are my hydrangeas, and they are doing pretty well. Left one or two out in direct sunlight the other day. Not supposed to do that, I think. So got them back here out of the direct sunlight, giving them a little bit of water, keeping them nice and moist, not drowning them, but just trying to keep the soil nice and moist. And they seem to be doing good. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that we will have some hydrangeas scattered around the farm next spring, which would be awesome. Awesome. But in the meantime, one of the things that I've been working on is to get these posts wrapped. As you can tell, there's a difference between the standard post, the 4x6, which is what this is, right? And what we've done over here, which is we've wrapped it. And so we have a nicely wrapped post here with my board and batten material. I took some board and batten, I ripped it down to where it would, it would fit, and put it on these posts. So we've wrapped our post. Took a little bit of wood filler to the places where we need to take wood filler to. There'll be a few places that I'll put some stainable caulk where I might have a bigger gap, and I've got a few gaps here and there. We have to take a sander and sand it down. Karen has actually done this one, and it looks wonderful. It's a nicely sanded, and so we will want to we're going to want to stain these, and so to do that. Number one, I got to get them all wrapped, and number two, we need to sand them down and prep them for the staining. Once we get the columns done, the porch floor we will stain the same color as the post. We will stain the ceiling a very opposing color, a very light honey color. It'll look almost like it does now. The floor will be more of a dark walnut chocolatey type of a color. And then we're going to paint the house. So we've got a lot of finish work to do on the cabin, but really I gotta knock out these columns. So we're going to do that today. And then I've got a couple other things I want to show you with the barn, and maybe one or two other little surprises. Who knows? A lot of work to do today. Let's do this. Well, did it destroy my loofahs?
I don't know. I haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, the loofah plant fell. Damn. Goodness gracious. Sure enough did. Oh, wow. The cattle panel fell right off. All right, so learning some lessons about this loofah plant here. It is extremely heavy. It took our panel here and collapsed it. Now I think that was a combination of probably wind, rain, and the weight of the actual plants themselves. I'm getting a few here that's drying out, so I need to cut these off the vine, and a few that's yellowing. I can cut those off the vine and allow those to dry. But I'm probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks going to see a lot of these yellowing, and according to my research, that's when I'm supposed to pull them, set those out in a nice sunny spot to dry out, and then I'll be able to collect my loofah sponge from it. But these hog panels, or these cattle panels, did a very nice job. It just got so heavy, and I only anchored it with 3-foot stakes, not a regular T-post, a 5-foot T-post, and so I think the weight of it got just so much, but the center of gravity got off on it, and this is just waffle back and forth if you allowed it to. So once it got off center, it was just a matter of time before the weight took it over. I didn't anchor it completely in the ground. I just anchored it up against some of those smaller T-posts. So once it got going, it was a goner, but I think I've saved it, maybe. We'll find out. I can tell you we definitely got some critters that have found it, because look at that. That one's eaten completely up. See that? Boy, they ate that up. Completely ate it up. Look at that.
Oh goodness, they did eat it.
And that's and loofah is a edible vegetable. A lot of people don't know that. Before it sets up and the fiber begins to harden, it's actually a very, very good food and a delicacy in many parts of the world. So we may have to try one day, see what it tastes like. But so we're gonna do a little work on this, and then we're gonna get over here and get this lumber loaded up. We gotta get busy on these columns, or it's gonna be a long day. All right. do you think?
No, you just put a bush right here. You never see that.
Tell me when.
A little more. Whoa. Tell me what you think.
Yeah.
You're not level yet.
Well, that's pretty good right there. It's very real proud over here. We're gonna have to grind on this one. Man, we just wrapped up doing this last one. It looks wonderful. I mean, this post has twisted quite a bit. So you can tell it right up there. It's just a little twist. I mean, hey, that's character. We got a lot of character in this cabin.
We are twisted.
We are, that's right, we're twisted, so this fits right in with our character. So we got these done. We'll obviously sand them. We'll put a little filler in our nail holes and so forth, and then those will be ready to stain. I got one more to do on the back corner over here. Got up early this morning to finish that very last column that we had to do, so they're all done now. So Karen's going around putting a little bit of wood filler in some of our pinholes, and I'm just sanding the surfaces smooth so that when we stain it, it will hopefully look like one large beam and not a wrapped 4x6. So we're going to do that real quick, and then I think the next thing that we're going to do is actually jump on the barn and start putting some board and batten up on the barn, and see just how difficult or how easy that might be. And so we're excited about getting started on that. Let's finish up sanding, and we'll get over to it. All right, all wrapped up with the columns on the cabin. We've got those all sanded. We're going to do a little bit more work on them this evening. We got one down here that we want to give a little special attention to, but then we're going to be done with it. I think they'll be ready to stain. So the next thing we'll have to do is there's one little strip that goes right below this area up here. It's called the LVL cap, and it caps off right underneath here, and so we will have to do that next, and that shouldn't take us any time at all. We just have to rip the pieces down and pop them up there. But I wanted to get started on the siding of the barn. We've got this side here is going to have no windows, and so I thought we could maybe go ahead and just get started putting some of the siding up just to see how it looks. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to start cutting and start putting up some siding, board and batten, on the side of our barn. Take one. Well, we've got a wonderful start on the board and batten. I think we're going to be pretty happy with this when we get it all done. It's looking great. It's going on really nicely. There's, you know, we went with the face nails. We went with actually putting the nails actually on the face rather than hiding them behind the batten, because of two things. Number one, it's a barn. I don't want to have to keep coming back doing this thing over and over and over again, so I figured the more nails, the better. Number two, we have found that wood filler does miracles, particularly when you're painting. So we're going to be painting this at some point, and so having the wood filler in here to cover up those little nail holes, perfect. No worries on that. Well, that's gotten us started. I'm going to pick back up and do a little bit more this evening. We're going to take a small heat break. It is toasty here in North Alabama. We're probably in the mid 90s. Feels like is upper 90s, if not a triple digit. Humidity is what's getting us. But I mean, hey, that's August weather in Alabama. But anyway, guys, so appreciative that you guys have joined us, and hope that you continue to follow along on our big barn build, as we still got tons to do. We got to set doors, we got electrical to do, we got some plumbing to do, we got a concrete sealer and epoxy that we're going to be laying down. We got all kinds of activities. So stay with us on this journey. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed. We look forward to having you hang around with us. Hope you have a wonderful week and a very blessed week. Till we see you again the next time, we will. See ya.